Hello again. Today let's talk about destroyers and builds and commanders, what I use, what I suggested, but everyone have their opinion, and you need to play and set up a ship as you need, as your playstyle needed to. So my playstyle usually need a lot of hit points, and it depends. We will see. I will explain how and why I use some builds. So let's start from Japanese one, Akatsuki. As always, you use aiming mode, propulsion, and on every destroyer concealment is the most important. You need to use concealment mode. It's the best choice, especially for Japanese destroyers. And in this case I didn't upgrade torpedoes because my opinion is that I don't get a lot. I just for this upgrade I just get a little of damage, 3 knots more speed, but lose a lot on detectability range by the sea of torpedoes. So and also I got better reload time, so I didn't play with this, I play without. And let's talk about captain. Usually I use space fishy, but it's the same as Tanaka. Always on concealment build. Torpedo destroyers I play always on maximum concealment build, so I use full upgrade Eric Bay and full upgrade Jerzy Swirsky on Spacefish. So Spacefish also adds me speed, torpedo speed, but if you use Tanaka it's almost the same, just you don't have torpedo speed, you have torpedo damage, and it's almost the same. So I usually use this one, concealment, as I say, maximum concealment. Perceptive on every destroyer I use locators because I need to and I want to know, and it's a really good skill that you need to know how that skill work and how to play with this skill, how to use advance when you have this skill. And also you have some disadvantage when you use that skill. If you come closer to battleship, he know that he is located and he know that you are close. So when you don't use it, good experienced players will not know that you are close, and he will stop to avoid and to do some avoid torpedo maneuvers before even he see a torps. And that's it. And always on torpedo destroyers I use give me speed, and on this build with legendary 3 this skill activate when some of opponent ships are 6 kilometers or less close to me, so I can with this Akatsuki I can maybe go 48 knots, even if some speed build cruisers rush me, I also can easy escape. Just you need to use engine boost and this skill at the same, and you will go 48 knots and he will not reach you. The next class is British one. So let's talk about lightning. It's the same aiming system. On this there is the Wargaming nerf this, and they take propulsion mode, and I really like lightning with propulsion mode because lightning with propulsion mode can go 38 knots in 2 seconds, but they decided to that give a lot of advantage to people, probably to avoid and escape from torps in smoke, or who knows. Concealment mode as always. In this case lightning is all around destroyer, but I like to play on torpedo launchers to have a quick reloads because I use a lot of smoke, and I will show you why. Because I use a regional tier weight, I playing just all around. I don't like to play only guns, and I play with torpedo builds. When they nerfed concealments, and when Svirsky have a little less percent of a concealment to add to your destroyer, I just decided to change everything. Only Svirsky is only good now for Japanese destroyers, especially when carrier came in game. I think that concealment is useless. It's much better when you have carrier game, much better to have more hit points than better concealment, because if you are on less hit points, you can get some torpedo damage or bomb drop damage from carrier, and you can still do some good games. But if you play without more hit points, as I see, I have full upgraded William Sims, you will get in big problem. You will be easier target. You will not have space to make some mistakes. You will lose a lot of hit points when carrier spot you if you find in some bad position, and that's why I change. And this one is now useless for British destroyer, for other gunboat destroyers like Germans, like USA. It's useless, totally useless, because you lose maximum HP and you only got 2% more better detectability, which is really bad. So I decided to change this for this, because now I have much more, and also to change Svirsky for William Sims, and now I have much more hit points, because if there is carrier game, I have a lot of hit points, and I have a good maneuverability, good speed, solid concealment, also for me really good torp reload. So this setup is all around, and that's what I need. But you need to know what is your play style, and you need to know what you need and how you like to play the ship. Some people like to play lightning with how it's called, another gunboat destroyer for this class. That's Philip Vian. I never play with this commander. I just build him up for bureau projects. But I know this builds on other destroyer. I will show you on Russian destroyers. I have some build like this, but on British I don't use it. Let's see what is next class is German destroyers. German destroyers is easy. You don't need to decide, did I want more hit points or I want better concealment, because with you have Eric Bay, you already have his base trait as for detectability and concealment, so you can add Svirsky and you can add Sims. You don't need to decide what is better for me, and this is easy choice. You pick to have good concealment, you pick to have really good hit points, and that's it of this setup. Lefantask, I play with Philip Aube now. It's a torpedo build captain, but I didn't play on torpedo reload. I just in some games I decided to try this, go all out, and it's worked really well, and I think that a lot of experienced players using this, because you can drop your concealment and you can surprise especially Japanese destroyers, and with reload boosters you can take Shimakaze down really easy, or Yudachi. And also because Lefantask doesn't have smoke, I need to use speed. And on this side, only on torpedo destroyers I use give me speed, because I want to have that advantage to run away from some radar destroyers like Black, or I want to run away from Loyang, some sonar destroyers. That's why I'm doing that. But when I play gun destroyers, then I always use unstoppable. This skill is need to have when you play gun destroyers, because if you go in gunfight with destroyer, excuse me, you need to have this skill, because if he hit your engine and he launched torps, if you don't have unstoppable, the torp the torp is yours and you're dead. Let's go on Russian one. I get some Halloween destroyer, Sergio Splendento, and this is Sergio Splendento with Snow Maiden, and this is the build I tell you about on Philip Vian. He have similar this quick fix that I take, and also this Splendento have this skill go all out, and I also take it because it's on Khabarovsk, it's much better. You can sit out of cap and wait, and if you see that destroyer is in cap, you can just drop your concealment, rush him with the 4.8 or something like that kilometers detectability, and you can easily take him down, set a smoke and run away. Or maybe you don't have smoke, maybe you take some Russian destroyer with heals, but yeah, as I say, you can easily surprisingly take some destroyer down and run away and go dark again. About Fletcher, about American destroyers, I use usually I combinate on some destroyers I use this hillside, and on some destroyers I use other captain, these glaives, because I want to have more speed, and I want to have some torpedo range and speed, and that's usually about that. But on Fletcher I play hillside because Fletcher is totally gunboat, and hillside give him what he need. He reload, he give also AP damage, and usually and also when, as I say, when carrier come, having Svirsky and didn't use Sims is for me it's bad decision, but maybe for you it's good. It depends on your game style, but as I say, when carrier come, always is better to have much more hit points than you have in concealment build. It's like this for me. It's good. That's it. And these ones I usually didn't play a lot, but I have some combination with speed again. Always when I have some destroyers that doesn't have too much speed, I'll usually like to give him more speed. And sometimes if I see that the destroyer didn't have good guns, then usually I go to give me speed. But probably I think of Gajamada and this say Young, that he has good guns. Let's see, and that's why I don't need to give me speed to disengage 2.9. But I don't like this one only for guns. That's bad. But this one is much better. But I don't remember when I last time play these ships. This one have really good firing angles, and you don't need to open your broadside. You can shot with all your guns. But I want to talk Akizuki. As I say, I use Tanaka because I want to have some different build, and I don't want to use my Space Fishy and forget to change the setup. That's why it's almost the same, and that's why I use Tanaka only for Akizuki, and sometimes I also use on Cruiser Iwaki or some Japanese cruisers. Sometimes I use Tanaka on cruisers, and this is why I use Tanaka on Akizuki. As I say, when cruiser rush me, I need more speed. Give me speed. If cruiser rush me, I need to have that set up to run away, and that's usually it. this is, as always, hit points, the most important. Japanese also always have good concealment, so I don't have too much of losses on concealment to have a lot of hit points with really good and fast guns, and maneuverability is 36, but as I say, 8% is almost 3.4 knots with engine boost. That's 39.5, 39.3, and with give me speed. If some cruiser rush me, I also, let's see how much I get, but I think I can go 42, 43, and that's I think that I can also run away from really fast Charles Martel. No, 10%. So 10% is about 44 knots with full speed if I get in danger position. So that's about it. What I want to say, you need to know about destroyers. You need to know when you play some kind of destroyer, you need to know what you fight for, what destroyer is on opponent side, and do you what you have better than him, what he have less better than you, and you need to take that advantage on your side and try to win. So with lightning you have sonar, so long sonar, and you really easy can avoid torps, but you need to know that if there is Mas or Z, he have longer range sonar and he can spot you and he stay unspotted. So in that case you need to know when to, and I will record some videos, I will get in different situations and I will talk about. So with Japanese usually you have better concealment and better speed, so you set some defensive position, and if you spot a destroyer, if he is gunboat destroyer, usually you try to take some him damage, set a smoke, go out, or not set a smoke. If he have bad concealment, you will try to keep him light up. Maybe he will try to rush you in direction of your teammates, as usual people do, and teammates, if he know to play, he will shot him, and teammates will help you to take down some gunboat destroyers if you play Japanese and he rush you. So that's it of this video. Thanks for watching, and